Being able to utilize the decentralized application or to trade safely when using the decentralized applications is a thing that comes with a lot of understanding and learning. Right here, this is one of the articles we'll be reviewing. It says crypto loss in scams hits about $7.7 billion in 2021, which is up at about 81% as compared to previous years. It says more than $7.7 billion in cryptocurrencies has been taken away from victims in 2021. That's an 81% increase compared with the year before. The surge has been fueled by rug pulls predominantly found in the world of decentralized finance, where the founders of the project abandoned it unexpectedly, taking users' funds with them. So we have chain analysis says another big factor in 2021's numbers is the existence of Finico, a Ponzi scheme that swindled about $1.1 billion by targeting Russia speakers in Eastern Europe. So you guys, you want to stay safe on this while using the decentralized finance, decentralized applications. Some of the statistics here, right here on this article, it says there that decentralized or DeFi is one of the most exciting, innovative areas of the cryptocurrency ecosystem, and there are clearly big opportunities for early adopters. For early adopters, there are big opportunities, but the newness of the space and relative inexperience of many investors provides a prime landscape for scamming opportunities by bad actors. It will be difficult for DeFi's growth to continue if potential new users don't feel they can trust new projects. So it's important that trusted information sources in cryptocurrency, whether they are from influencers, media outlets, or project participants, help new users understand how to spot shady projects and avoid them. So at the end of this tutorial, you should have an overview. You should have an in-depth knowledge of how to stay safe on the while trading or while utilizing decentralized applications. So right here on the Binance Academy, it says decentralized application. We're going to looking at the definition. So decentralized applications or DApps are applications that run on a distributed computing system that is a blockchain network. So while there are various ways of defining a DApp, they are usually described as applications that have the following characteristics. So one of the major characteristics decentralized applications have is that they are open source. They have an open source code. The source code is intentionally made available to the public, meaning anyone can be able to verify, use, copy, and modify this code. So those are some of the perks about it, as well as the shortcomings as regards the decentralized finance. Also, it is also decentralized. Since dApps run on a blockchain network, they are not controlled by a single entity or authority. Instead, they are maintained by multiple users or nodes. We have cryptographically secure. The application is protected by cryptography, meaning that all the data is recorded and maintained in the blockchain. There is no single point of failure. So this is just a basic overview of what dApps is for users who might not be familiar with the definition of dApps. So also we're going to be looking at this article here on Binance Academy. It says how to spot scams in decentralized finance. So disclaimer is that this article is only meant to provide you a general guidelines and overview of understanding and some of the basic tips that you need to push forward while utilizing the decentralized finance or decentralized applications. It is not an exhaustive list and should not be taken as a financial advice. So the Binance Academy is not responsible for your investment decisions, as it encourages all users or all investors to always make their own due diligence and do their own personal research. As more people get interested in the fascinating financial innovations made possible by DeFi, scammers are now finding more ways to take advantage of them. So DeFi is especially unforgiving space. Usually there aren't any good news to recover from or hold malicious actors accountable. However, If you know what to look for, you may be able to decrease the chances of scammers taking advantage of you. So basically, being safe on the decentralized application is possible. You could be safe, but there's not an 100% guarantee that you can be safe entirely, but there's a possibility that you can get up to a 99% safety while utilizing the decentralized applications if you are able to put into use the research you've done, as well as other relevant tips and safety measures in place. So introducing, it says on the introduction, it said decentralized finance is abundant with innovation. So it seems like new DeFi projects are launching by the minute, and it's extremely difficult to keep up, let alone doing your own research. So the major thing about blockchain is that they are permissionless, which means that they are basically fancy way of saying they are public. So no one needs permission to use them, develop or launch them. So that is some of the perks you want to take notes, or those are some of the tips you want to take note of, because if this the blockchain is accessible to just any random individual, there is a bound to be users who would want to take advantage of other people's assets, crypto assets, in the negative aspects. So anyone can launch scammy or misleading projects, and there's nothing there to stop them. Well, technically not nothing. We as a community can help each other identify some common patterns that separate the legitimate innovations. So right here on the Binance Academy, it says what is the purpose of the project. So, however, a good majority of crypto assets don't bring anything new to the table. So sure, there's extremely exciting innovation as well. So guys, you want to always look out for the fact that new projects that you want to trade with, you need to understand the purpose of these projects. You see if the project has a purpose at all, if the project has a purpose at all. So these are very simple and common sense questions, but by asking them, you can already weed out a good portion of scams. Then also you want to take note of the development activity of these trading decentralized applications of finance. So another thing you can look at is developer activity. Therefore is closely intertwined with the ethos of open source. So if you know a bit about coding, you can also go ahead and take a look at the code yourself. The great thing now is that most projects are usually being audited. So we have reputable auditing firms like Cetic, as well as other firms that do audit. If the project happens to be very big, they can easily uncover or detect any malicious intentions made by the creators or the developers. So those are some of the perks, things you want to put into consideration. The smart contracts audits, which talks about DeFi. So something that gets thrown around a lot with smart contracts at DeFi is the auditing. The audits are supposed to make sure that the code is secure, while they are an essential part of smart contract development. So many developers deploy their code without any audit. This can greatly increase the risk of using these smart contracts. So there are lots of cryptocurrency projects or crypto decentralized application that are out there without these smart chain contracts being edited. So you want to look out for those kind of projects, and try as much as possible to do your own research, and if possible avoid them. Also, you want to take note of the founders of the project. The world of crypto is deep seated in the freedom of anonymity and pseudonymity that the internet can provide. After all, we'll likely never know the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, the proposed founder of Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency, or the mother cryptocurrency. I said, however, teams with anonymous founders will still pose an additional risk. That is one factor you want to always take note of, as these as the more transparent projects are, the more likely that they are genuine. So in summary, projects with anonymous founders are bad? No. Say, are projects with anonymous founders more difficult to be held accountable for malicious activities? Yes. So those are some of the tips you want to always put into consideration. Then you also want to check how these tokens are distributed. So you want to check out how these the tokenomics of this project. It said token economics is a crucial aspect to understanding or considering when researching a DeFi project. He said one of the ways a scammer can make money is inflating the token price while having a huge holding and then dumping it on the market. So what happens if say 40 to 50 or 60% of the circulating supply gets sold on the open market? The token price drops, losing almost all its value, while a significant founder allocation isn't in itself considered a red flag by some. It can lead to problems down the line. In addition to allocations, you need to consider how the tokens are distributed. It is done through an exclusive pre-sale available only to insiders who get a great deal, then hype the project on social media. It is also called the initial coin offering or the initial exchange offering, where a crypto exchange is putting their reputation at stake. So are they distributing tokens through an airdrop that likely causes a lot of sell pressure? So token distribution models have a lot of nuances to consider. In many cases, it's difficult to even get a hold of this information, which in itself can be a red flag. So how likely is an exit scam? So you want to also look at this. We have yield farming or liquidity mining is a new way to launch DeFi tokens. The many DeFi projects use this distribution method as it can create some favorable distribution metrics for the project. The idea is that users lock their funds into smart contracts and get a portion of the newly minted tokens in return. You can probably see where this is going. So some projects will just outrightly take the funds in the liquidity pool. Some will use the sophisticated methods or have a huge pre-mine position. In addition, new altcoins often get listed on automated market makers AMM such as Uniswap or SushiSwap. First, if the project team is providing a good portion of the liquidity of the market pair on the AMM, they can just as well remove it and dump the tokens on the market. So this is basically isn't a market left to selling. This is often called a rug pull, as we saw in some cryptocurrencies or tokens that were listed this year. One of the most popular ones is the Squid token, which did rug pull for users or investors, and lots of investors lost their funds. On closing remark, it says whether you want to take part in the wide world of yield farming or simply use decentralized protocols to exchange and trade, DeFi scams are abundant. Hopefully, these general guidelines can help you spot malicious projects and bad actors better. If you have any questions, you can let us know in the comment section. Basically, this is it. We're still going to try as much as possible to drop a list of other relevant articles for you. So there are about 58 articles on the Binance Academy security section, which talks about lots of security tips that users can find interesting on how to stay safe when utilizing the crypto world. You can also check out DeFi 2.0, which aims to improve on the shortcomings that DeFi 1.0 has. One of the basic shortcomings include the areas of security, limitations, and scalability oracles. On the number 4 here, it says most users don't manage or understand the risks present in DeFi. So they stake millions of dollars in smart contracts that they don't fully know are safe. So while there are security audits in place, they tend to become less valuable as updates occur. So these are some of the things you want to understand while utilizing the decentralized applications. You want to take note of this basic and concept. I say on closing thoughts on this article here, it says while we already have many successful projects in the DeFi space, We are yet to see the full potential of the DeFi 2.0, so the topic is still complicated to most users, and no one should use financial products that they don't fully understand. So you should take note of the fact that before you start trading on the decentralized applications, you need to understand what you're doing. So there is still a lot of work to be done. So we've seen success in new ways to reduce risk and earn annual percentage and yield, but we have to wait for the DeFi 2.0. So guys, these articles are majorly for educational purposes, which aims to give you an overview of how to stay safe while utilizing these Binance, while utilizing these decentralized applications. So these are some of the articles we'll be dropping out for you, so you can also check out. We do hope you find these tutorial informative. We hope you find it helpful. If you do, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. You can also like this video. So we'll be dropping a list of coins that went rug pull, that made rug pull, that users lost a lot of funds in, lots of crypto scams and more. For the definition of rug pull, it says rug pull is a malicious maneuver in the cryptocurrency industry where crypto developers abandon a particular project and run away with investor funds. And this is possible when developers have the major amount or token, have the major amount of this token as regards tokenomics. So rug pulls usually happen in decentralized finance, DeFi ecosystem, especially on the decentralized exchanges, where malicious individuals create a token and list it on a desk, then pair it with a leading cryptocurrency like Ethereum. So you want to take note of these basics. You want to take note of cloned projects. You want to take note of cloned projects. So avoid projects that seem cloned, like since the emergence of Dogecoin, or you've seen lots of mimicking projects trying to mimic the Doge meme token. So you want to be familiar with happenings such as this. So guys, we do hope this is helpful. Let us know in the comment section if you have any questions. Stay safe. I will drop in all you need, links to these articles, so you can be able to spot scams in or you can be able to stay safe while trading in the decentralized application or decentralized finance. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Stay safe.